Welcome to Bentha Believer It Gaming. Today we're diving into the spine-chilling world of horror games on the PlayStation 5. Get ready to face your fears as we count down the top 20 titles that will leave you sleeping with the lights on. From gripping narratives to heart-pounding gameplay, these games are sure to keep you on the edge of your seat. Whether you prefer atmospheric horror, jump scares, or psychological thrillers, the PS5 has something to offer every horror enthusiast. So, grab your DualSense controller, turn down the lights, and prepare to be terrified as we explore the most immersive and unforgettable horror experiences available on the PlayStation 5. Let's begin. Kicking off our list at number 20 is none other than the legendary Resident Evil 4, now remastered for a new generation. This survival horror masterpiece puts you back in the shoes of Leon S. Kennedy as he ventures into a remote Spanish village plagued by a terrifying new threat. The first thing you'll notice is just how stunning this game looks on the PS5. Capcom has completely rebuilt the game from the ground up, delivering breathtaking visuals and incredible detail. From the intricate environments to the terrifyingly realistic character models, Resident Evil 4 has never looked better, but the improvements go beyond just graphics. The PS5's DualSense controller adds a whole new layer of immersion to the experience. Feel the tension as you pull back the trigger on your weapon, the resistance of the bolt as you reload, and the sickening crunch as you stomp on an enemy's head. Trust me, you haven't truly experienced Resident Evil 4 until you felt it on the PS5. At number 19, we have a game that needs no introduction, The Last of Us Part 2, Remastered. This critically acclaimed sequel takes us back to the post-apocalyptic world, ravaged by a fungal pandemic, and delivers an unforgettable story of revenge, redemption, and the cost of survival. The PS5 remaster takes the already stunning visuals of The Last of Us Part 2 to new heights. Experience the game in stunning 4K resolution with improved textures, lighting, and draw distances. The world has never felt more alive, and the characters have never been so expressive. But what truly sets The Last of Us Part 2 apart is its emotional depth. The story is a roller coaster ride of emotions, exploring themes of grief, trauma, and the bonds that unite us in the face of adversity. Prepare to be captivated by the performances of Ellie and Abby as their paths intertwine in a brutal and unforgettable journey. Coming in at number 18 is The Last of Us Part 1, a complete remake of the game that started it all. Experience Joel and Ellie's harrowing journey across a post-pandemic America like never before, with stunning visuals, enhanced gameplay, and a level of detail that brings the world to life. Naughty Dog didn't just polish up the graphics, they rebuilt the game from the ground up using their latest engine. The result is a breathtaking experience that rivals the visual fidelity of The Last of Us Part 2. Every environment is richer, every character more detailed, and every encounter more intense. But the improvements go beyond just the surface. The gameplay has been refined and modernized, incorporating elements from the sequel while staying true to the spirit of the original. Whether you're a seasoned survivor or a newcomer to the series, The Last of Us Part 1 is an experience you won't soon forget. Chapter 4, Dead Space, a terrifying journey through the Ishimura. Holding strong at number 17 is the chilling remake of Dead Space. This sci-fi horror masterpiece puts you in the heavy boots of Isaac Clarke, an engineer who must survive a terrifying outbreak aboard the USG Ishimura, a derelict spaceship overrun by nightmarish creatures called necromorphs. Dead Space is a masterclass in atmospheric horror. From the flickering lights and eerie silence to the guttural growls and unsettling sound design, every element of the game is designed to keep you on edge. You'll find yourself constantly looking over your shoulder, dreading what might be lurking around the next corner. But Dead Space isn't just about jump scares. The game features a compelling story, memorable characters, and innovative gameplay mechanics that set it apart from other horror titles. Prepare to dismember your enemies strategically, solve puzzles in zero gravity, and uncover the dark secrets hidden aboard the Ishimura. Chapter 5, Alan Wake 2, A Return to Darkness. At number 16 we have the highly anticipated Alan Wake 2. Remedy Entertainment returns to the world of psychological horror, with a sequel that promises to be even darker and more twisted than its predecessor. Step back into the shoes of troubled writer Alan Wake as he faces his demons in a new nightmare. This time, the story delves deeper into the mysteries of Bright Falls, exploring the nature of reality, the power of stories, and the darkness that lurks within us all. Alan Wake 2 promises to deliver a gripping storyline, an eerie atmosphere, and unique gameplay mechanics that blend action and survival horror. Get ready to face your fears once again in a world where nothing is as it seems. Chapter 6, Silent Hill 2, A Haunting Masterpiece returns. Coming in at number 15 is the legendary Silent Hill 2, now remastered for a new generation. This psychological horror masterpiece returns with enhanced visuals, a haunting soundtrack, and an unforgettable story that will stay with you long after the credits roll. Silent Hill 2 follows James Sunderland, a man drawn to the fog-shrouded town of Silent Hill by a letter from his deceased wife. Explore the eerie streets, solve cryptic puzzles, and confront your inner demons in a world where reality blurs with nightmare. What sets Silent Hill 2 apart is its masterful use of psychological horror. The game preys on your fears and insecurities, creating an atmosphere of unease and dread that permeates every aspect of the experience. Prepare to be disturbed, challenged, and ultimately captivated by one of the greatest horror games ever made. Chapter 7. At number 14 we have another classic reborn Resident Evil 2. This remake of the survival horror masterpiece takes you back to Raccoon City for an unforgettable experience that blends classic gameplay with modern visuals and mechanics. Experience the horrors of Raccoon City through the eyes of Leon S. Kennedy and Claire Redfield as they fight to survive the zombie outbreak. Explore the iconic Raccoon Police Department, solve puzzles, manage your resources carefully, and face off against terrifying creatures in a desperate fight for survival. Resident Evil 2 is a masterclass in tension and atmosphere. The game does an incredible job of making you feel vulnerable and alone, constantly reminding you that death lurks around every corner. Prepare to be terrified as you experience one of the greatest survival horror games ever made, now remastered for a new generation. Chapter 8. Sailing in at number 13 is Dredge, a chilling fishing adventure with a sinister undercurrent. Explore a remote archipelago, dredge the depths for valuable catches, and uncover the secrets that lurk beneath the waves. Dredge masterfully blends serene fishing gameplay with unsettling horror elements. By day you'll navigate your trawler across tranquil waters, casting your nets and reeling in a variety of fish. But as night falls, the sea transforms into a breeding ground for terrifying creatures and unsettling phenomena. Unravel the mysteries of the archipelago, upgrade your boat to withstand the horrors of the deep, and confront the darkness that threatens to consume you. Dredge is a unique and unforgettable horror experience that will stay with you long after you've set sail for home. Chapter 9. Crash landing at number 12 is Returnal, a challenging and atmospheric roguelike shooter that will test your skills and your sanity. As Celine Vassos, you're trapped in a time loop on a hostile alien planet, forced to relive your death over and over again. Returnal is a relentless and unforgiving game that demands precision and strategy. You'll need to master a variety of weapons and abilities to survive the onslaught of alien creatures and environmental hazards. Each death brings new challenges and opportunities, forcing you to adapt and evolve your playstyle. But Returnal is more than just a challenging shooter. The game features a haunting atmosphere, cryptic storytelling, and psychological elements that will leave you questioning Celine's sanity and the nature of the time loop itself. Prepare to die, learn, and die again in this unforgettable roguelike experience. Stalking in at number 11 is Resident Evil Village, A chilling chapter in the Resident Evil saga that takes you to a remote village in Eastern Europe. Step into the shoes of Ethan Winters as he searches for his kidnapped daughter, only to find himself trapped in a nightmare. Resident Evil Village blends action, horror, and exploration in a beautifully realized Gothic setting. You'll explore eerie castles, solve puzzles, and confront terrifying creatures, including the iconic Lady Dimitrescu and her daughters. The game masterfully builds tension and atmosphere, keeping you on edge as you unravel the mysteries of the village and the sinister forces at play. Prepare to be captivated by the story, terrified by the encounters, and immersed in the world of Resident Evil Village. Don't let the cutesy exterior fool you. At number 12 is Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. This seemingly innocent visual novel takes a dark turn, exploring themes of obsession, depression, and the dangers of the internet. Join the literature club, meet its charming members, and write poems to win their hearts. But as you delve deeper into the game, you'll uncover a sinister truth lurking beneath the surface. Prepare to have your expectations subverted and your perceptions challenged. Doki Doki Literature Club Plus is a masterclass in psychological horror, using its seemingly innocent facade to lull you into a false sense of security before unleashing its true nature. It's a game that will stay with you long after you finish playing, leaving you questioning everything you thought you knew about love, friendship, and the games we play. Carved into our list at number 11 is Lies of P, a dark and twisted Souls-like action RPG inspired by the classic tale of Pinocchio. As P, a mechanoid puppet, you must navigate a dark and dangerous world to find Geppetto and uncover the truth behind your existence. Lies of P features challenging yet rewarding combat, intricate level design, and a haunting atmosphere that will keep you on edge. You'll need to master a variety of weapons and combat styles to survive the onslaught of enemies that await you, but Lies of P is more than just a Souls-like clone. The game weaves a captivating narrative inspired by the story of Pinocchio, exploring themes of identity, humanity, and the consequences of our choices. Prepare to die, learn, and die again in this dark and unforgettable Souls-like experience. Stumbling in at number 10 is The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners Tourist Edition, a VR survival horror experience that throws you into the heart of the zombie apocalypse. Explore the flooded ruins of New Orleans, scavenge for supplies, craft weapons, and fight for survival against hordes of the undead. The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners Tourist Edition delivers an immersive and visceral VR experience that puts you right in the middle of the action. You'll feel every blow as you fight off zombies, the weight of your backpack as you scavenge for supplies, and the tension as you make life-or-death decisions. But The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners Tourist Edition is more than just a zombie shooter. The game features a compelling story, memorable characters, and difficult choices that will have a lasting impact on the world around you. Prepare to face your fears in a world where survival is never guaranteed. Rising from the grave at number 9 is Dead Island 2, a zombie-slaying action RPG that takes you to a sun-drenched Los Angeles overrun by the undead. Choose from a cast of colorful characters, each with their own unique abilities, and paint the town red, with zombie blood of course. Dead Island 2 is all about over-the-top zombie-slaying action. You'll use a variety of weapons, from katanas to shotguns to electrified claws, to dismember, decapitate, and obliterate the undead in gloriously gory detail. But Dead Island 2 isn't just about mindless zombie bashing. The game features a surprisingly engaging story, memorable characters, and a darkly comedic tone that helps to balance out the gore. Prepare to slay zombies in style and explore a beautifully realized and gruesomely detailed Los Angeles. Checking in at number 8 is The Quarry, a cinematic horror adventure from Supermassive Games, the creators of Until Dawn. As a group of teenage camp counselors, you'll make choices that determine their fate in a night of horror and suspense. The Quarry features stunning visuals, a talented cast of actors, and a branching storyline that keeps you on the edge of your seat. every choice you make matters, leading to different outcomes and potentially deadly consequences. With its focus on story, characters, and player choice, The Quarry is a perfect example of interactive horror. Prepare to scream, gasp, and maybe even shed a tear as you guide the counselors through a night they'll never forget, if they survive, that is. Shining a light at number 7 is Alan Wake Remastered, a visually enhanced version of the cult classic psychological thriller. Step back into the shoes of troubled writer Alan Wake as he battles the forces of darkness in the eerie town of Bright Falls. Alan Wake Remastered features improved graphics, enhanced lighting effects, and all the DLC, making it the definitive way to experience this chilling tale. Explore the atmospheric town of Bright Falls, piece together the mystery of Alan's missing wife, and confront the creatures of darkness with your trusty flashlight and a whole lot of firepower. With its gripping story, memorable characters, and unique blend of action and horror, Alan Wake Remastered is a must-play for fans of psychological thrillers and anyone looking for a good scare. Experimenting with fear at number 6 is the Outlast Trials, a terrifying first-person psychological horror experience that takes you to the Cold War era. As test subjects in a twisted experiment, you'll face your deepest fears and fight for survival in a series of horrifying trials. The Outlast Trials can be experienced solo or with friends in cooperative multiplayer, adding a whole new layer of terror to the experience. Work together to survive the trials, uncover the secrets of the Murkoff Corporation, and try not to lose your sanity in the process. With its intense atmosphere, disturbing imagery, and focus on psychological horror, the Outlast Trials is not for the faint of heart. Prepare to face your fears, question your sanity, and experience the true meaning of terror. Racing towards the top at number 5 is Resident Evil 3, a heart-pounding remake of the survival horror classic. Return to Raccoon City as Jill Valentine, a skilled STARS member desperately trying to escape the city before it's destroyed. Resident Evil 3 ramps up the action with its relentless pursuer, Nemesis, a bioengineered weapon of mass destruction that will stop at nothing to hunt you down. You'll need to use all your skills and cunning to survive encounters with Nemesis and the hordes of undead that roam the streets. With its intense action, terrifying enemy encounters, and a story that expands on the events of Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3 is a must-play for fans of the series and anyone looking for a thrilling and terrifying survival horror experience. Reaching the peak of terror at number 4 is Until Dawn, a cinematic horror adventure that puts you in control of a group of teenagers trapped on a remote mountaintop with a deadly secret. Until Dawn is a masterclass in interactive storytelling, where every choice you make has consequences that can ripple throughout the game, leading to different outcomes and potentially deadly consequences for the characters. With its branching storyline, memorable characters, and stunning visuals. Until Dawn is a must-play for fans of horror movies and anyone who enjoys a good scare. Prepare to scream, gasp, and maybe even shed a tear as you guide the teenagers through a night they'll never forget, if they survive, that is. Claiming the top spot at number 1 is Martha is Dead, a psychological horror experience that delves into the depths of grief, trauma, and the power of folklore. Set in Italy during World War II, you play as Julia, a young woman struggling to cope with the death of her twin sister Martha. Martha is Dead is not for the faint of heart, as it explores mature themes and features disturbing imagery that will stay with you long after the credits roll. The game masterfully blends reality with fantasy, blurring the lines between what is real and what is a figment of Julia's fractured psyche. With its haunting atmosphere, unsettling story, and exploration of psychological trauma, Martha is Dead is a truly unforgettable horror experience that will challenge your perceptions and leave a lasting impression. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed our terrifying journey through the top 20 PS5 horror games that will haunt your dreams. From survival horror classics to psychological thrillers and everything in between, the PS5 has something to offer every horror enthusiast. Which of these horror games is your favorite? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to tell us which games you think we missed and should be included in a future list. Please like and subscribe for more videos like this. Until next time, stay spooky.